Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Okay, my name is Comrade Arwa Ifeanyichukwu.
Okay, sir. The recent presidential election that just ran up last 2 weeks. We want to find out from what's the assessment on INEC performance?
Well, let me categorically say that what happened on the 25th of February 2023, for me, I won't say it's an election, because what we did was selection. And these are one of the things we have been fighting for. As youth, we have been yearning for a better Nigeria. We have been yearning for a Nigeria that we cannot call our own. A Nigeria whereby we as youth can say we can be proud of. We can compare with both internationally and locally. But the reverse is the case. These people who are, these people who want to take power by all means. The power that be. Let me call them the power that be. They want to keep on oppressing us, suppressing us, enriching themselves, and also their family. These are the things we are against. These are the things we have been saying. We don't want these things happening again in this country. But no matter what we have been saying, but they still go ahead doing their own. But I want to tell you that this election is fraud. Biased, and everybody was aware, everybody saw it, even the blind can see it, the deaf can hear it, that the election was totally fraud. And this kind of election is a kind of election that has never happened in the country, in the history of African election.
My assessment to this 2023 election is one of the most credible elections. I think it's a kind of election that is very, very much credible, and it has this kind of June 12 spirit, because when you see the election is balanced, it is one of its kind. When you go to the National Assembly, you see mix of political parties. So it is a very credible election. Like the NNPP has 12 senators, the Labour Party has 6, the SDP has 2, this, that, It has never happened in Nigeria. So if it is not credible, how will you assess that? How will you have the opportunity to be in the Senate?
They didn't meet up with what we expected. All the things they promised the Nigerians is not what they did. And we are actually not happy about it. Because you can't give us what we didn't buy. Imagine I come to the market and I ask you to give me onions. And at the end, you are not giving me carrot. For the fact they are all vegetarians, it does not mean that they serve the same purpose. So who we voted for is who we want. And all the promises that INEC made to Nigerians is supposed to come to a broader, like, okay, that they fulfill what their agenda, but they didn't. They actually failed Nigerians and they failed the nation.
INEC have failed the whole Nigeria. My own view or my point, these are professors. Most of those returning officers are vice chancellors of universities. I am disappointed in all of them, because they shouldn't sell their conscience. They shouldn't sell their integrity for money. The election is clear. Even rats or human beings know that they ring the election. So that is my opinion there.
INEC robbed Nigerians of their rights after we went there to exercise our rights to vote by voting in who we choose to be our next president. But INEC is as if they were bribed to do what they did. Because from our calculation, from my own polling units, I know what we got there in my polling unit. And then what I'm seeing in the television was different from and unlike before, it has never been in the history of Nigeria that they call election result by 3 a.m., which was what happened in this past election. And the encounter is not a good one, and we are suffering. You can see in Nigeria we are suffering.
See, the presidential election, to my mind, is the worst that have been conducted since 1999. The 2011 election remained the best, and then to a large extent, 2015. But this one, we have gone back to zero. We have gone back to zero. And I am looking up to the Supreme Court to see what they can do. So I think it fell short of the minds and aspirations of Nigerians. The result we expected is not what we are seeing. So to my mind, it's the worst elections to have ever been conducted by any electoral umpire in Nigeria.
Just want to find out from you, recently our presidential election that just passed. So we want to find out from what's your assessment of INEC performance so far for the presidential election?
Well, my assessment about the INEC performance is that I'll score them total zero. Yeah, the reason why I say total zero is because INEC didn't abide by its own guidelines and the laws that it's guiding the election process. Yes. Yeah, we were told before the election that BVAS was going to be used for accreditation and also for the transmission of election results. And then what we got to realize at the end of the day was that they reverted back to the manual process because they have an ulterior motive in my own view. Technology has made things a lot easier. I wonder why they should revert back to the archaic way of doing things, if not that they have something, fishy that they didn't want the rest of us to know. Yeah.
We will not continue to be doing things like this. We need to upgrade in times of election so that when after election there will be peace everywhere.
I want to tell you that Nigerians, we are sad. Nobody is happy with the situation. How can a president win an election and nobody is happy? And you don't want to honorably resign for the happiness of the whole country. You still want to impose yourself. That is demonism. And every meaningful youth of Nigeria should stand on the truth and say no to this. You win an election like everywhere is dry. Nobody is happy, nobody is jubilating. It has never happened before. You and I know. That is to tell you that the darkness is in power. It is only when light goes there to the throne that everybody will rejoice. But the reverse is the case. That's what we're saying. There was no election. What they did was selection. Give us a better Nigerian and let us live happily. That is my own.
So you scored them on 0%?
I scored them on 0%. In fact, they should scrap out the word INEC. There should be no INEC in Nigeria.